guys, welcome. Now, I've received another message, another transmission to go with this one. The one that activation and expansion of the violet ray, working with the masculine. The masculine honors what needs to be honored. The feminine honors what needs to be honored. And right now, it's the pain to create the pleasure. We know we received this message in part 1. The link is down below for anyone who hasn't seen it yet and would like to. And this is connected to a vision that was received. Let's check it out. Okay. We're facing the negative. We're facing the pain. Because why? Because it hurts. We're being pushed to. We're being forced to. And from that pain is blossoming the creation of pleasure, because it just hurts so much. We've seen what we've seen, and we are in the creation of pleasure from pain through love, through the center, through finding the center of self. And we're expanding. So when you are healing and creating with those patterns of pleasure and you're feeling that pleasure, the message is to hang tight there. Hang tight there and vibe with that. Vibe with how you're feeling there. Allow those patterns to be laid out for your best good. And the longer you vibe when you're there before you just shift somewhere else, why go back somewhere else? If you've created pleasure from that space. But in saying that, we got to keep the center. So if we go too far into the pleasure without continuing to create with the negative and face the negative, we're just going to be pushed right back there. But I have a feeling we're just pushed so far into it, we're going to expand through it. We are going to shift. We're going to start seeing those positives in those negatives, with them together, connected. And it's going to allow healing and the transmutation of all this toxicity that we came here to help cleanse and expand. And we're doing it through self, from within to without, and without to within. And we're in destruction right now. We've activated the violet ray and to destroy what needs to go. That's not coming with us to New Earth. We're in the destruction of some old patterning, some old Earth patterning, guys. Hang tight while we shift. Remember, hang tight with the vibe of those higher vibe things you're creating. The happiness from the sadness. The pleasure from the pain. Right? From our sorrows. The love from the fear. Hang tight. Hang tight with your creations of you. Of all that you've been doing. All this hard work. Much love, guys. Much love. I'm sending it to you. It matters. You matter. You literally matter. Let's expand. Let's expand. Do not be afraid to have this new beginning and jump off this cliff just like the fool. Jump. Feel the freedom of it, guys. Feel the freedom. It's freedom. Jump off into the unknown, and it's connected to us. It's connected to our expansion. It's connected to those 13 spheres of knowledge and expanding with the feminine, the matter, and understanding the masculine, the energy, and how to untwist it here, guys. Much love, much love. I can feel it. I can feel it within. We've restored back to the center of one. This is connected to Mesopotamia, the dawns of time of our civilizations. Mesopotamia. We're going to find out how. We're going to find out how. Crystal activations from the cradle of life. And what we're doing is we're in the time of the balancing act. We're balancing through the dark with the light. This is connected to this Luna moth. And she's right now connected to this expansion and what we're doing in the garden. But remembering, we're entering the garden alone. And many of us are learning this lesson the hard way in order to cleanse the negative. To continue to face the negative. We're cleansing it with the positive. It's a purification. It's not good or bad. It's a purification right now. We need to stay balanced with the center. We can still analyze our feelings of good and bad, because we're purging them. This is about learning to nurture. We can't neglect anymore. We can't neglect our emotions that are connected to our inner child and the children and what we're seeing and creating with higher vibe times, creating new. This is like where we go against social conditioning because we understand. And something is being activated here within the 6. This is where the feminine, everything we discussed in here, is coming together with the masculine. Now, you know what's incredible is on the back of this, that information. And you know what makes that so incredible about this information, talking about more signs and synchronicities? This is written on when I went for a healing session with a feminine. Challenge the all or nothing thinking rather than focusing on not having any space. Find some daily space. Bath, look, honor the feminine. Focus on what you have accomplished. Make a list. Read it when down. Stop cleaning. Find a spot to sit outside. Focus on what you are doing and don't focus on what you're not doing. Look, we're focusing on the positive, not the negative, but we're going to face the negative. That added up on point to being able to find self. I don't know, man. This has to do with the light. We're expanding with the light. This is where the violet ray gets expanded here. It's through the King of Swords and the Princess of Discs. This is how it's happening. Because remember, this is creation. This is balance. Masculine, feminine, and child. This is all starting to make sense, guys. This is all being channeled as we go here. The Priestess is being activated with this. And the 6 of Cups, as always, right? Following our intuition, following those 13 spheres of knowledge. Wouldn't have it any other way. This is where we are expanding with the 6 of Cups. We're expanding with pleasure. And this is where we restore the justice. This right here. Remember, this is from pain to pleasure. And yeah, okay, you're going to be thinking, well, why? How is pleasure going to restore balance? Because it is. It's through the energy of the opposites, from pain to pleasure. This is the this is the activation, guys. And this is honoring our paths. You know, honor your path. I did not study to get here. This was part of my purpose. I activated and then I began studying. Okay? And I studied, and I'm studying all my path. It's flipping the script, right? It's flipping the script. It's like, oh no, you didn't study first. No, I activated. Now I study what I'm called to study. And I recognize too, like before I wanted to study everything. Now I study what I'm called to study because I understand I'm laser focusing on mission work right now. Laser focusing. It doesn't mean I don't care, but I have to have trust and faith in the universe that we're all these worker bees coming together to do our part, and that nothing is lost. We are all one. We are all connected. And we're seeing this through the 5 of inspiration right now, through what's being reflected back to us. And I want you to see it starts right here. It starts right here within the sacral chakra and creation, and untwisting it. Untwisting it here. This is what we're understanding when we do this. Look, guys, there's a sadness being purified from the feminine right now. There's lower vibes being purified from the feminine right now in order to amp up elevation. This is where we are going to amp up that sadness to happiness when we work with Pisces. And that was spectacular to see it there too. Guys, like I said, none of this is planned. That's the beautiful part about our journey. That's how we know it's our journey. That's how we know it's for us, because we didn't plan it out. It wasn't a show. It was real. It was raw. It was perfectly for us. And we honor what that means through the center to there too. And that's what we're doing. We're healing from lunacy. We're healing from the madness. We're healing from the madness of the all through the center of the self. Right there. Innocence. We've restored connection. We've worked with the scarab beetle. We've used our negative. We've used the toxicity. We've used the positive. We've used everything in between to get to where we're going. We've used our light body. The light body's been activated. And here's where we do it. We're expanding with the sun and advancement. Yeah. With, who's the sun working with? The sun is working with the star right now. The sun is working with the star. This is what they're sharing with me. This is how we're expanding. It's such an amped up level. And it's happening through the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles shift. And this is where we're becoming more creative. And we are balancing duality through the center in order to restore balance here for the collective with the collective. And we're doing it right here. We received this message last time we met up. And here's where we expand. And we have our resurrection. And we're understanding just how precious and rare we really are. Remember, this is healing from the energy of the opposites. We felt worthless. We felt unneeded. We felt unloved. We felt so much pain. We felt death. We felt like, what? But now this is the complete opposite of that. To restore the balance. And it's connected to our truth and how we are reactivating. This is a reactivation because it's a recalibration to the earth. And it has to do with here, what happened here when we entered the garden. Something happened here when we entered the garden. And what it has to do with, of course, is these cards, which I haven't looked at yet. The restoration of balance by healing from the devil energies and the hack. And expanding with love. And this is where we don't fear the hack. We thank the hack. We thank the hack through showing us through the energies of the opposites, what we didn't resonate with, what wasn't in alignment with us. So we create our alignment. This is about creating our alignment, but we're creating our alignment from what feels like mostly everything that we're not in alignment with, but it's literally a mix of both if we want to fine tune it. And that's how we're going to find the center. This is how we're finding the center. And this is connected to our Two of Cups expansion. Love. The 528 hertz is expanding with the frequency of the universe. This is the universal expansion, guys. This is the universal expansion. And it's connected to facing death patternings and putting higher vibe patterns there for the collective so that we don't stay in lower vibes. Think about how much this keeps us in fear. So we're becoming healed and whole and our own heroes, and seeing that we came here to do this. We're not waiting for someone to save us. We're activating through self, but we're connecting through the universe. We're in balance. It's not like, oh no, we're just saving everybody. No, we're working together. We're working with it all. We're working with it all. And this, meditate on this, guys. This means a lot. We're working with it all. Oh, there's so much we're working with here. Okay. The elements, the cosmic cross of transformation, the seasons, the sun, the moon, the past, the present through the past, the future through the present moment. The lower vibes, the higher vibes, the upper world, the lower world, the in between. It's just everything, but we found the center point to it all. We found the center point of creation. With creation, we went there. But it was because we did this. But we're shape-shifting. We're shape-shifting. And this is because of what happened. This has been happening for a long time. This is why it's time to create anew. This movement has been put in play for a long time. This is what they're sharing with me. It's a long time. This is a long time expansion. All right, let's see what it's connected to, guys. We know we're restoring balance. Balance is here again. Balance to move forward in our Merkaba. And oh, look, this is where we walk away from the Father. We walk away. And that means this is where we enter in action in order to see where we want to go. So does that mean we're never going to use the masculine energy ever again? No, we need the energy. The energy is part of life. It's part of creation. We're going to move forward. The craftsman of fire, the messenger of earth, And the offering, and this is where we go when we're in service with the earth and we expand with the earth, and we've received this message before. This is what we're doing with our energy. We came here on mission work to expand with the earth. And this is where we're communing with the spirits. That's what the earth has to say. But we're doing it through what we're crafting of the fire, with the fire. What we are crafting when we create that tetrahedron. It's getting us from here to here to here. Guys, I really feel like we have to go mad to get to where we're going. It's part of it all, like, really.